this second round matchup between Tina Ward, who's off her first round defeat of Brian Fournier. She threw 375 last week. It only gets tougher, Frank, as she moves ahead to our number 3 seed, who's Keith Beaupre, who was the last qualifier for the Tournament of Champions. He threw 349 in winning his ladder championship. He's been throwing a great ball all summer.
Certainly has.
He won the summer New England Knockout. And what else do you think we can expect? This should be a great matchup.
A lot of explosive marks. That's just the way Keith throws the ball. He's a fireballer, heavy hitter, and you can say that about a lot of guys, but he's quite accurate as well. You don't really find that combination too often.
I think one of the things that we should probably talk about is the growth in Keith's game. Yes, he throws very hard. I mean, that's been well documented, but I think we're going to see, or we've seen certainly this summer, is that he's more than just a strike thrower. I mean, this is someone who has the ability to make a cut shot, and
indeed he does,
and using the wood on the deck, and it's only going to make him a better bowler.
Of course, stealing those extra marks is where you're going to make up the difference versus your opponent.
And clearly he's going to need it, because with the ball that Tina was throwing last week,
of course.
I mean, her ball seems to be tailor-made for Amesbury.
Indeed. Again, we've said it last week, perhaps the best female bowler out there.
Right. So this brings an intriguing matchup, because the winner of this will face Jonathan Boudreau next week, and Tina could be facing her mixed doubles partner, and we could also see the second match of well, actually, it could be the third, depending on who you talk to, between Keith and Jonathan. So, got to stay tuned. Anyhow, it's Tina Ward, Keith Beaupre in the second round matchup of the 2015 Classic Candlepins Tournament of Champions. We hope you enjoy the match, and we'll talk to you in the post-match show.
We want to be a champion. We want the trophy that says champion, and we want to be the first champion, which to me means something. That means a lot.
Everyone on this ladder is, we're all the champions. We all made it here. We all threw our best games to get there. And it's anyone's game. No one can't look past anybody in this game, because there's just too much can happen.
For being a woman, they don't think I can bowl as good as them. Some of them. A lot of them, they know I can bowl, and they get a little bit nervous bowling against me.
Knew that, we're friends before the match and we're friends after the match, but during the match, there's no, you're not friends with anybody during the match. You're bowling your own game and trying to win. And we knew that. There's no high-fiving, no yelling and rooting for each other or any of that. We just bowled our match.
Okay, well, this is Kyle Bruce from the Classic Candlepins Control Center, along with Frank Face, and we experienced some technical difficulties during the shoot of our second round matchup between Tina Ward and Keith Beaupre, so we're going to break it down for you, given the wonderful scoreboard that Scott Moore developed. Frank, we're able to do a recap for you. This is a match that both bowlers started out opens. They had a pair of 8s, but Tina, again, right out of the gate, she had a spare on strike. Didn't get the fill that she wanted on that spare, but she's still 41 after 3 here. Keith has opened his first 2, but has a spare 8. And this is emblematic of what we're going to see the rest of the match from him, is that when he puts a mark up, he's got a really good fill.
Absolutely.
And this first string, he has a 7.6 average on his first ball.
First ball, that makes a huge difference.
Right.
Kind of carried him through the match.
Right, and he's 7 out of 10 on that head pin as well. So Tina has the early 8-pin advantage at the halfway point, 61 to 53. And then the fireworks start.
Yes, Kyle. In true Tina Ward fashion, her third match on Classic Candlepins and her third double strike. She's filling a quota.
Yeah.
She has to throw a double strike.
I mean, she made the drive from Spencer. She might as well, load up with the hammers while she's here, and she certainly did that. She fills the first strike with 8, the second one with 9. She's 108 at that point in time, but the curious part about this match, and I think this is a point that we really have to drive home, is that the separation didn't really happen like it happened in the first week when Tina threw the 151 and the double in that against Brian Fournier. This is an example where Keith goes strike on spare and has a fill of 9 in that strike to close the gap to 92. So 107 to 92, a 15 pin difference there. It could have been a lot worse, but again, Keith right on the head pin, filling his marks very well and closing that distance. And the other point that I think we need to make too is that Tina's open the next 3 boxes, still gives her a 136, so that's a great start.
Absolutely it is. And you know, Keith, great response from him. Went open, but in the 10th box threw a spare with a 7 fill to close the gap up to 10 pins. So
right,
136, 126 could have been a lot worse.
Absolutely. And again, we asked the question. This Tournament of Champions is full of storylines. One of the big ones is, has Keith turned the corner in his career? This is an example where maybe he could have wilted in the past or lose some of that focus, some of that concentration. We don't see that here in the first string. He's right in this match. And again, another question we asked, is Tina the best woman in the world? 136 so far, coming after that 375. Looking pretty good for her. So
certainly up for debate.
Absolutely. So we're going to go back for the second string of the second round matchup between Tina Ward and Keith Beaupre. We hope you enjoy the rest of the match. And again, we'll talk to you in the post-match show.